Hello. Is my audio working? Seeing as I actually have someone here. I like how it says first time chat as well. Oh, excellent. Great. Okay. This is going to be really boring for you for a moment. That's what you always want to hear at the start of a stream. Hey guys, this is going to be really boring. But I'm going to open some crates just to get me started here. Um, can you hear the game okay? Game coming through? Okay, I got some crap. Wonderful. I kind of want this commander crate. That's the one I'm more interested in. Okay, some guy. Good-o. Was he a cruiser commander? I'll explain the commander thing in a moment. Yeah, there's not a lot going on in the game audio right now. I mean, when explosions start happening, maybe it'll get a bit louder. So the way the game works, I'm not going to go too deep into it, is you have ships and then you have commanders like William Sims here on the left, who you can barely see. There's a reason for that. He's a battleship commander, so maybe you want to put him on a battleship, and maybe you want to go in here, level him up, and maybe you want to reduce his risk of the ship he's on catching fire, as opposed to increasing the range of the battleship. So that's how you can kind of tweak all of your ships and stuff. Oh, by the way, send the command sounds, and then you can get some sounds you can play. Yes. Yes, Picard is in here. This game does a lot of tie-in stuff. Like right now, it's not so much a tie-in, but they're doing a spooky event thing where you can unlock different commanders that have... they're basically reskins of regular commanders, but they have different voice stuff. For example...
May the sea bear you, not bury you.
Yeah, I was listening to this woman the other day, and she's like... It's like she's trying to do kind of like an Eastern European, almost like a... What was the Scarlet Witch from the Marvel films, right? If I play a bit more.
Do not yield. Reinforcements are near.
But she's still very heavily just like American doing a very mild impression of what they think maybe an Eastern European might possibly sound like, but still in a way that's extremely like easy to... what's the word? Like understand. Like if you're not great with accents, it's still extremely clear to understand every single word. It's very well spoken.
It shall be done.
But there's this little hint of generic Eastern European. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, Picard. They did a whole Star Trek one. It was great because when you were in this screen here, you were like sat on the bridge of the Enterprise, and your ship was up on a little pedestal, and there were all the little beeps and whiz bangs and whistles and things. And I did unlock Picard, and I put him on the Enterprise, of course, because what else are you going to do? It's a shame, really, because it's an aircraft carrier. It would have been cool to have him on something more like a battleship. You can put him on a battleship, but all of his abilities are very specifically not for that. They're all aircraft carrier stuff. Because, of course, in Star Trek, he's always sending out waves of fighters to deal with his problems. If you've seen Star Trek, you'll know this. The screen is a bit funny in the top left because I have it zoomed in intentionally so that once you're in the game, that's actually where the minimap sits. And I want to make the minimap as large as I can get it for the viewer because it's really important to see what's going on. It looks really weird in these menus, but I'm rarely sat in these menus. But yeah, let's see. This didn't work yesterday when I tried to do it, but let's see if I can play his voice.
I need fire support.
I'll tell you something about this. I was really disappointed because the voice actor just isn't very good at doing a Picard. I feel like it wouldn't have been that hard to find a good Picard, like, voiceover person on the internet.
Make it so.
This guy just doesn't sound like Picard.
To make a wise decision, we need more data. I need some help. I wish you all the best of luck.
Yeah, you're trying to do a Picard, but it's not great. They did have some Klingon guys. In fact, if you look at my icon in the top right, I unlocked the Klingon crest, and that's just what I use in the game. They even had some ships. Like, if you're willing, this is a free-to-play game, and I'm not going to mess us around too long. I will get us into a game here. But this is a free-to-play game, and so you can spend some money on this game if you want to. You don't have to, which is nice. But when they did this crossover thing, you can unlock like Vulcan ships, and they look pretty Vulcan-y. They're all like stylized to look like a Vulcan ship or like a Klingon ship or something, but also still like a naval vessel. It's really weird. It's kind of cool. If you ever want to see like what a naval Vulcan vessel might look like, Vulcanian. You know what? I'd believe that. Spock probably said that in TOS, didn't he? That he's a Vulcanian. Oh, sorry, I'm drinking my tea. Yeah, I bet. Well, back then Spock could do anything. He could sense people's minds from halfway across the universe. He was telepathic. He could do anything. His blood could probably fix a poorly made stew. Right, so I am just like yes. It's not Earl Grey though. I'm on a cruiser right now, a French cruiser, and it's actually a pretty cool one. It's kind of pocket battleship-y. So it's a cruiser, meaning it's relatively fast and it's harder to see from far away. You can see the range at which the enemy could see me in the top left. It's that blue circle around me, and the white circle is the range of my guns, so I can fire a bit further than I can see, but as soon as I fire, I become more visible. So, but it's a cruiser, so weaker armor, faster than a battleship, harder to spot, but I only have these two big battleship gun turrets on the front. They were just like, screw it, we're not putting anything else on. Like, there's no turrets at the back, as you can see, so I can't, there's nothing at the back there, no torpedoes, nothing like that. Just these two sets of big battleship turrets. So I'm a little, if you don't know the Cherbourg, I can't pronounce French stuff, the Cherbourg, I don't know. Then you might look at it and go, oh, a cruiser. I can deal with that. And then suddenly you get blasted with battleship guns, which is quite fun. Anyway, you can see the minimap now. Yeah, basically. But also, I kind of have to remember... and also, it's kind of maneuverable. It's quite quick to turn the rudder. Like, look how quickly I can spin this baby around. And also... Ooh, you know, I'm probably in a bad position here because I was talking so much. These guys haven't seen me yet. Well, that guy's behind a mountain. In fact, they're both behind mountains, so never mind. Should I go this way or should I go this way? I can point my bow straight at the enemy and have all of my guns in arc and able to engage. Whereas on a battleship, you might need to like broadside if you want to get all your guns in arc to really lay waste to people. But then people are going to be able to shoot you right in the belly, right? So there's some advantages there. I'm going to try and shoot this guy. Oh no, he's just going out of my range. Just going out of my range. I'm going to turn on my speed boost so I can go even faster because I really want to catch up with the Rochester over here. I mean, his buddy just got blasted and he's trying to run away. He's reversing the heck out of there. And I don't know, there's, what do we got? The Missouri's over here, a battleship. I can't go toe-to-toe with a battleship. As you were saying, I'm punching above my weight. But I can certainly nudge my nose around the corner and maybe hit this cruiser before the battleship sees me. And we do also, on my right, have the Iowa here and the Minnesota. So two really good battleships to back me up. Our buddy here is laying smoke to hide. But we're being detected by radar. Someone over there has turned on their ship radar, which really sucks because there's no way of hiding from that, and somehow they know I'm here via radar when they're behind a hill. It's a bit weird. But it's annoying because the smoke is actually hiding them from me as well, so now they can see me and I can't see them. Oh, this sucks, man. You know what? Screw it. This is a really bad idea, but I'm just gonna go for it. This is a really bad idea. Don't ever do this. Oh, here comes some of their planes to bomb us. I wonder if they'll bomb me. Doesn't look like it. No, they got shot down anyway. Hello, Missouri. I really shouldn't be fighting you. Let's give it a go. I'm going to turn on my fast reloader. It's a special ability down in the bottom. I can only use it now and then. So they're blasting me. They just took off a bunch of my health. I'm doing really badly here, but I could potentially do that. Look how much health I helped take off the Missouri just then. I'm going to use a repair here. Not the best time to use it necessarily, but I don't think I'll be alive long enough to use it later. I wonder if the Missouri's going to try and hide behind that. Oh, someone fired torpedoes at us. Good job, guys. Oh, the Missouri did not hide. Okay, I wonder if I can do some damage. I'm already down to below half health here. Can I hurt the Missouri? No. Now I have 20 seconds. Alright. Yeah, there was a lot of flak back there taking on those planes because we had two battleships to our starboard there, and the battleships have a whole lot of stuff. Okay, the Missouri's gone. I'm still not in a great spot because I have less than half health. My team is still just kind of barely nudging around the corner, but I like to do this sometimes. This was kind of a bold, some might say bad idea, but... Oh, hello, Harbin. Hello, you're reversing out of combat, are you? But it can often... Oh, he died before my shots even got there. It often helps your own team kind of get a bit of bravery. Like, everyone hides behind a corner until someone dashes out. You know what I mean? But it is also dangerous.
Engine boost deactivated.
Alright, I got this guy trying to set me on fire over here. I might try to stop behind this island temporarily so the guy to my starboard side can't keep hitting me, and I need to use my repair again. I really need some health here. But my team is really coming up behind me. It's very rare to have freaking five of your friendlies all huddled together. Look at this! But the enemy are going to want to focus on me because I'm the one that's low on health. He's still trying to hit me over that hill, and I've not slowed down fast enough. No one's even touched him yet. He's barely moving. Let me see if I can hit him. When you learn this game, they're all like, oh yeah, you should look at the number of seconds there in the middle of like how long it's going to take your shots to reach that distance or whatever, and the distance away, and the this and the that. See, these guys all want to kill me. Now I'm on fire because I'm the weakest guy here, and I'm the easiest to take out. Uh-oh. Sorry, fellas. Whoopsie. There's no impact damage in this game, thankfully, on teammates. Yeah, I just eyeball it to kind of finish my thought from earlier. I just eyeball it. Screw it. We're just gonna send it. We're just gonna go. Look at those Dutch. Let's see if I can use my final repair to get a little bit more health. This Minnesota in front of me wants some help. Man, what am I gonna do? This has been a wild match. Yeah, sometimes I will ram the enemy if I'm close enough to ram them. This guy trying to dodge. Is he squirreling around or just coming to the right? I'm gonna fire here. But yeah, the thing with battleship guns, you know, 25 seconds on the reload there. Alright, I'm gonna get slaughtered now, alas. Yeah, I can use my thing to reload a bit faster. They're all moving away from us, which A, makes it much more difficult to hit them. I think I'm only gonna get one more shot in here. That was a really bad shot, but wish everyone luck before I die. And then I'm just gonna evade like crazy. Oh, they've set me on fire, but I can't put the fire out. That's a good game from me. So, I could carry on watching the match if I wanted to, which I do occasionally do, right? And I can either follow a ship or I can kind of fly around the map and see what's going on. You can see how important the minimap is because you're constantly looking at the minimap. I can bring it up big here. You're constantly looking at the minimap, which now that I think about it is covered by the chat stuff. All right, Moira, it was good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we've won this game quite easily. You have a good evening, Moira. We've won this game. You know what? I think we've won this game. Yeah, we're scaring them off. We're chasing them away. They're performing a fighting retreat, and they have just no health at all. So, yeah, there go yet another of them. We've won, but I'm not going to stick around. Oh, thanks, Moira. Thanks for that. I made you a mod as well. Because, I don't know, we need those, right? Alright, let's take a moment to decompress. Have a little rest. That's one of the things I like about this game and like World of Tanks, another game made by these people. They're called Wargaming. Is that the games are relatively short, and when they're over, you can just sit back and just decompress for a few seconds. So what I'm doing here are my dailies, my daily quests. I have to win in certain ships once a day to eventually unlock something, which is why this current filter of ships is quite short. I think I have to play in the Colorado, and then I have to get a win in any 7. So that's why you have that list of like 5 different ships that are all tier 7 ships. I brought the Cherbourg out because I really enjoyed the Cherbourg. Someone's going to tell me how much I'm butchering the pronunciation of that ship. I can say Tirpitz, Colorado, Hawk, Enterprise. Don't ask me to say the one on the end, though. I'm not good at Russian. But okay, the Colorado is a big old American battleship, so this will be interesting. Later on, I'll pull out my Kamikaze, which is a wonderful premium destroyer that you get if you buy the disc edition of the game, which I ordered it on eBay from America. It wasn't pricey or anything, but you have to get the disc edition to unlock. There's like 3 ships. I think one of them might be the Texas, an American battleship. I think. And one of them's the Kamikaze, and there must be a cruiser as well, so you kind of get one of each. But I mostly just play the Kamikaze because it's a very good destroyer. It's just very good. I would never call this game pay to win, but it does have a little aspect of that. It's not like so crazy that you can spend a bunch of money and you're definitely going to win or anything, but I paid a little bit of money to get the disc edition of the game. Let me just wish people good luck here.
Good luck and fair seas.
And I got a slightly better version of... I'm guessing the Kamikaze is probably like a Minikaze. It's also a very good Japanese destroyer, so it's probably kind of like that. I'm going to swing left here and probably end up trying to head towards the back of this island. And I'm kind of on my own out here. That's the problem. I have this one cruiser next to me, this Nuremberg. But if things get bad for me, or if an aircraft carrier... and I've already been spotted. Oh, the Gneisenau. It's quite a fast ship. Let me try that. If I get really caught out here, then I'm kind of on my own. And if their aircraft carrier decides to bully me, which it looks like he might be doing, I might end up just screwed. Yeah, the Gneisenau is a fast ship. Yeah, so their aircraft carrier is coming after me, I think. He's bringing his bombers in and lining up on me here. I don't know that there's much I'm going to be able to do about that. I could try swinging around. You know, here come his bombs. They missed. I was lucky. The Gneisenau seems to be turning away somewhat, which is nice. We have a New Mexico who's coming to tangle with us, and that will not be great. Plus, one of their team are in sea, and that tells me destroyer, because he's close enough that I should be able to see him if he were a cruiser or anything else. So I'm just going to briefly slow down the ship a little bit, which isn't great for getting into cover. Let me just remind the team that we definitely need help. But I'm also going to slightly turn to port now that I've fired off these rounds from my forward guns, because I'm expecting torpedoes to come from that hidden destroyer. Oh yeah, I got a nice hit on that guy. In fact, what do we see? Torpedoes. There we go. It's a good thing I started turning. I think I'm only going to get hit by one of them, but if I just kept going willy-nilly and didn't consider that there might be a guy in sea and he might be planning to fire torpedoes, and there you go, even more of them. Remember how I slowed down earlier? I might have hit those had I not slowed down. So I'm always trying to keep an eye on the minimap and think about that stuff. But it is tricky. We do have other fellas trying to come and help out a little bit. But it really is just me and this cruiser who is literally turning around right now. Not that I can blame him. Let's see if I can use my repair here. I'm still going to be visible because their destroyer is probably kind of in the direction I'm looking in sea somewhere. And he's probably coming straight for me because I'm a great target right now. Which also means that guy can shoot at me if he can get his arc over the hill, maybe. You want me to get back? I'd love to get back, but get back where? You want me to go to the back of the map and hide? You know, like, I appreciate the advice, but I'm kind of in a tough spot here. Like, I need to dodge around, assuming there's torpedoes coming for me. Do you think I can hit this guy a bit? So I'm changing speed, I'm changing course, I'm trying to make it harder for the destroyer to hit me. It's quite difficult in a battleship. Hello! I'm going to try and pronounce this. Oh, Sassy Catastrophe. That wasn't so hard to pronounce. Uh-oh, more torpedoes, but I slowed down, so thankfully they're going to miss.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Yes, hello, welcome, Sassy. Oh, I am still going to get hit by one of these torpedoes. Right on my bow here. Okay, I'm flooding. Let's get the engines going. Turn off that flooding. Look at that little animated thing. That's cool. You can tell I'm new to Twitch. I've never really used it. Okay, I've just been spotted. I suspect that destroyer is just able to see me again. Sassy. Sassy. I like that. Sassy. You know, earlier today I was using that word. There was a lady on YouTube who was doing some kind of, like, review of a map. Am I going to be able to hit over this hill? And she just seemed so sassy. I like that word, sassy. Thank you. Thank you. I used to do YouTube videos a little bit some years ago. We were never popular or anything. It was myself and a friend. So it's quite difficult to talk to myself. It's great to have someone to bounce off. I used to always love doing videos with a second person. But, you know, people have lives and it's so difficult to get together with people these days. There is that destroyer. Well, we can't see him now, but he's just laid smoke and he's hiding over there. Which is why I kind of kept going in this direction, because I was trying to be occluded by this hill here so he couldn't hit me. I'm in a big, slow, lumbering battleship. There are other battleships somewhere on the other side of this hill that I'm planning to engage once I can see them. You can kind of see on the mini-map there ghosts. Ooh, one of them's just appeared. And I may be able to hit this guy over the hill here. I mean, if I could stop right here, this would be a perfect spot to keep hitting him. Oh, he's moving forwards. That was a terrible shot. Pretend that didn't happen. Scheduling, yeah. Yeah, you're not at all wrong, especially if you're working from home or something and trying to schedule a meeting with people in different time zones. Like, oh boy, try doing that. I don't really want to go out forwards here because everyone on the lower side of the map would be able to engage me. But also, I can't see anyone to shoot them at this point. So I may just have to poke my nose out and hope for the best. In terms of scheduling on this channel, I'm hoping to stream like brunch time. Is that a word people use? Brunch time, like mid-morning, kind of late morning during the week. That would be a good time for me, because I figure like everyone streams on a Friday evening, I assume, right? Surely everyone. That's when everyone streams. I don't know. So I was thinking maybe I'd do that. All right, now they're about to spot me. No doubt about it. I'm peeking out from behind this hill here. I've only got my forward guns kind of unoccluded. Is that a term? All right, this Mexico is moving a little bit. Can I hit him this time? Let's just send one shot out and see where it lands. I always eyeball this stuff. All right, because he is really booking it. So I did not hit him there. Let's try this. Let's try that spread and see if anything hits. Okay, I got hit there. And missed. Oh, that's life. Hey, at least no one's shooting at me. That's great. Their aircraft carrier, though, which if I bring up the actual map and I point... Oh, it's a shame you can't really see them. But down here somewhere, I just got hit, is their aircraft carrier. And he's not going to be happy. Let's assume this guy is going to keep turning this way. Try and fire ahead of him a little bit. And you know what? I might just get moving because I feel like I'm lagging behind the battle here. There are what? 4, 5, 6 of them left. And 6 of us. 4 of them. And I'm kind of on the wrong side of the game at this point. They don't have any destroyers anymore. We've dealt with those, so I don't need to worry about torpedoes coming from hidden ships, at least. But I am getting to a point here where I'm just not in the engagement anymore, which isn't ideal. It also makes it a lot harder to hit people when they're especially far away. There we go. Got a couple of hits, though. Yeah, when I was looking at tutorials for this game, it was all like, oh, you should look, okay, when you zoom in, you should look at the seconds. They're like, you see how it says 9.4 seconds there? That's the travel time of my shell at this distance, and it's like 16 kilometers away, and you should consider this, and you should consider that. And that's all very true. Or you can just kind of fire from the hip, and generally you'll do okay. Generally. Alright, I'm going to start chasing these guys down. This destroyer, this friendly destroyer over here, I would have imagined he'd be trying to go after their aircraft carrier, which is hidden somewhere behind that hill to my left. I'm on fire. And not in a good way, but in a kind of on-fiery way. That's not ideal. I can put the fire out, and I will do. Ta-da. But the problem is, you then have like 20 seconds before you can use your repair action again. And sometimes you might say you might get hit and you're on fire, and you might want to put the fire out. But if someone hits you and suddenly you start flooding, and you've already used that repair action and it's on a cooldown, you might really need that repair action because the flooding is going to do a lot more damage than a little fire is going to do. So you do have to occasionally consider, is it worth it to stay on fire? You know, I'm extremely lucky here that their aircraft carrier is focusing heavily on the guys over in A and not me, because that guy could fly planes over, drop torpedoes. I can't dodge them. I'm a big, slow guy. Oh, this guy's showing his side off. Can I hit him? This New Mexico is fast. I'm trying to eyeball his course and speed as well as the distance of my shells to try and hit him like amidships where I can do most damage. And it's tricky. And especially when every ship is a bit different. But I'm doing okay, right? I'm occasionally hitting him. Oh, I got him! I must have hit something important. I hit his citadel. Oh. Excellent. That went well. Hey, you know, Twitch has this clip button. I'm going to try that. I don't know what happens when I click it, but I've definitely clicked the button. You know something I like about this game? That even World of Tanks doesn't quite have, is there are moments of relaxation. Granted, I am about to engage the Graf Spee here, but there are moments where you can just sit back, your ship is moving, you don't need to do much. The aircraft carrier is finally bombing me. He's finally sent his planes after me because I am one of the larger threats at this point to his existence, I guess. I'm not even going to... Yeah, hurry up and wait, right? Especially in a battleship sometimes. Like, I made the decision to go to the right-hand side of the map near the start. I had my reasons, but now their aircraft carrier is all the way over there. I can't even see him. There's not a lot I can do. Hello. Oh, he's a Ryujo as well. They're very fast. I think, don't quote me on this because I don't know much about much, but some of the early aircraft carriers were basically converted regular ships, converted cruisers, converted transports, and you can kind of see that with this one, although you can barely see it in the distance. It's a regular ship that's just had the funnels moved to the side, and they've just built a big flat top on top of what was a normal vessel, because it takes a lot longer to design an aircraft carrier from scratch than it does to just slap a runway onto something. There we go, we've won. And so some of those earlier ships, while they may not have been the best aircraft carriers, did have the benefit of being quite speedy. And some of those early Japanese ones, like the Ryujo there, are very good at running away. And so that guy was out of my gun range by the end, you know. How did I do? Oh, not great. Down near the bottom. Oh, well. But we move on. That's the other thing I like about games like this. If you get killed, you move on. Oh, I remember now. I was so close to unlocking a ship. I have this such great ADHD memory. Ah, all this stuff. This stuff's cool. I mostly just enjoy that I get little free amounts of credits and things. This is a free-to-play game. You don't have to pay money if you don't want to. I do occasionally put a little bit in. I don't really want to unlock the Connecticut. as fun as it would be, I would like to use some of my saved up XP and unlock the Iowa, because that is a really cool, famous American battleship that's supposed to be quite powerful. And I've wanted it for a while now, and I'm at the point now where I can just use some free XP to get it, and use my credits to buy it. Huzzah! All right, let's deck this thing out a little bit. I can put some upgrades on it. By the way, I'm playing on an Xbox One S, which is why everything loads in a little bit slow. It's annoying, but you know, that's life. Okay, what do we want to put on here? I mean, can I put everything on, or are these like a choice thing? So that's secondary battery mode. Okay, so I have to make a choice. So I can put 4 sets of upgrades on this thing initially, and I have to choose what I want, which is actually a bit difficult when I don't know the ship yet. Because, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's my ship gone? Oh, I need to select it. American, battleships. It's probably quite a high tier one. It'll be a... Here we go. And I have to put a commander on. Maybe this is something I should have done before the stream. I don't know. But this is interesting, right? So, like, if we look at the ship... and we look at like this slot for upgrades. Okay, what do I want to put on? This one improves my secondary batteries, my secondary guns. Those are the smaller caliber guns that fire automatically when you get very close to another ship. So they're not always useful, but this will give them a bit of extra range. Or I could improve my anti-aircraft gun firing range if I want to maybe focus on not being hit by planes as much. Or I can make my big guns turn faster. Because especially on the battleships, if you want to change, if you're pointing your guns off to the right and suddenly you need to shoot at something on your left, you're going to be waiting like 30 seconds or something for those guns to turn around. So speeding them up is very useful. However, every ship is different, right? And I don't know this ship yet. Maybe this ship already has really fast turrets or really good anti-aircraft or whatever. Let's see. It moves quickly. The guns have good range, and they're really good guns. So I'm going to take this ship out. I'm going to give it a commander, William Sims. Okay, I've already got him leveled up. And I'll put a flag on. Why not? There are some silly flags in this game. There's a whole anime expansion to this game. It's really silly. It's actually what gave the game recently its PEGI 12 rating. It used to be that this was like everyone could play this game, but then it had to get rated as a 12 because it did this integration with this anime TV show where like the characters are anime girls, but they're warships. So like I've not seen the show, but I assume there's like a character who's called Warspite or whatever. And they have a lot of cleavage that's very much on show, and that's reflected in this game. And so, yeah, they came along and said, "This is you're going to have to slap a this isn't you for Universal at this point, you know." So yeah, it's just really weird seeing that in this game. I don't mind all the weird, crazy integrations and things. It keeps things interesting, but that was a bit of a strange one, you know. Whereas at the moment, what they're doing is the kind of Halloween-y stuff. So like, you get this lady who has a voice.
All guns, strike now. Strike true.
Kind of a generic Eastern European, but still like American kind of voice. You know?
It is done.
Yeah, the anime stuff. Can I show you some of the anime stuff? I never look in the store really. I don't spend a lot of money in this game. Where would it be? Not in Halloween. Everything's focused on Halloween now. So it may be that all of that stuff is gone at this point. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's all just been like rotated out. But I think I do have an anime commander somewhere. Yeah, I've got this one. The Yamato. Now she's dressed quite reasonably well, but you can imagine some of the other characters certainly weren't. But yeah. I kind of want to check this anime out just to see how, like, what the conceit is, where all of these characters are named after battleships and presumably have the personalities of the ship. It sounds really interesting. I don't know. It's really weird. Let me open my container here. We'll get into a fight in a moment. It's just, you know, there might be something cool in this crate. Random stuff. Great. Okay, let's actually bring the Iowa into a battle without any upgrades and just see how she behaves. Like, and what I'm thinking here is like, okay, how fast does she feel? How quickly can I turn her from left to right? You know, how quickly does the rudder turn? You know, how quickly do the guns come around? How quickly does it reload? You can read all of the specs, but I prefer to just jump in and feel it out for myself. I'm a real feely out kind of a person in this kind of game. But yes, I like how you can just kind of chill out sometimes in this game, and just your ship is on their way somewhere, and you've got 30 seconds maybe where there's nothing you need to really do besides pay attention to the minimap and what's going on. And World of Tanks has a similar thing sometimes because you can kind of camp your tank somewhere. But World of Tanks is generally more hectic than this. Okay, so I'm looking at the minimap here. Well, firstly, I'm looking at up at the top. You can see the different types of ships. So the triangles are destroyers. The regular ship with one line through is a cruiser, and the regular ship with two lines through are battleships. And as I'm in a battleship, big and slow and not able to maneuver very well, I am turning hard right, and look how slowly I'm turning. And you can see my guns very slowly coming around to where I'm aiming. Destroyers will screw me up because they can get in close, undetected, fire torpedoes that I find it very difficult to avoid. So the fact that there are 4... I've just been spotted because I'm a big ship and so they can see me from a greater range. The fact that there are 4 destroyers on their team tells me that there's probably going to be at least 2 of them coming over here harassing me. And especially because I'm kind of on my own here. It's me and these 2 like screening destroyers in front of me that I'm not going to try and pronounce. I mean, that's the Minigumo, and I don't know how to pronounce this one. Tashkent? I'm just going to say that. So I don't have a lot of good cover. You see how C is being captured already? That tells me that one of their destroyers is already in there, because the only ship that would be fast enough to get in there this quickly and still be hidden is a destroyer. And that suggests that not only is he trying to capture this point, which is one of the way you get points and can win. You know, oh no, oh, their whole team is coming this way. Let me just ask the team for help. Their whole freaking team is coming this way. Not only is he trying to capture the point, but I bet he's going to try and maneuver to get some torpedoes on me. He's laying smoke because my 2 buddies are in there going after him, so he wants to hide in the smoke for a little while. There really is no point in me trying to shoot at him. But I'll have a go anyway. Am I going to hit him? Am I going to hit him? Oh, I missed. Oh no, there are 2 destroyers. Didn't I say there might be 2? I'm kind of screwed here. I'm spending more time explaining the game than I am playing it and not paying enough attention to the map. I'm still relatively safe from those destroyers, but there's a bunch of battleships firing at me from the other side of the map. And I've not really been engaging them up to this point, and that's not great for me. Oh, I'm done. I'm done for. Look at my health. Oh, the Lenin blasted me out of the water. Well, I didn't learn much, did I, in the Iowa that time? I didn't learn much. Okay, let's just move on. That's what I like about this game versus World of Tanks, which I have played a lot. In World of Tanks, when your tank is destroyed in a match, you lose like silver or credits or whatever it's called. And you can run out, and then you're like, well, you're going to have to play the other tanks that you don't want to play. Or you can spend some money and get some, you know, credits, and then you can repair your tank. And I just don't want to do that. So you're a bit more worried about being killed off in the game, and you can't just hop straight in on another ship, another tank, sorry. Whereas in this game, I think that you do get charged credits, but it's such a tiny amount that I have like 60 million credits or something. I never spend them. I never need to spend them. So I don't really mind if I get blown up. It's not a concern in this game the way it is in that other one. Yeah. See, I'm going to stop talking for a moment. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. And we're going to have a nice little relax. I'm going to get close to the microphone. Dead air on radio is a sin, is an original sin, right? Not speaking for X number of seconds. And fun fact, if you're on the radio and no one speaks for a couple of seconds, the system picks up on it and automatically transfers to like playing like an auto pre-recorded track to just in case there was like a technical fault, because it always expects someone to be talking. I remember Chris Moyles on Radio 1, BBC Radio 1, used to have fun with that quite a lot in years gone by. But yeah, I wonder if it's the same on Twitch. I don't know if you're still there, Sassy, but if you are, and if you watch a lot of Twitch stuff, tell me, what's the dead air situation on Twitch? Is it okay for people to kind of go quiet for a couple of seconds now and then, or is that really frowned upon? Because I don't know. Like, when I watch YouTube videos, someone playing a game might go quiet for, 15 seconds while they show the gameplay. Great, excellent. See you in 20 minutes. I'm going to have a nap. I'm kidding. All right, so I am in... oh, thank you.
I'm calling for fire support.
I'm in a kamikaze here. I'm in a little, very nimble destroyer. Really good destroyer. So, but the way I've got it kitted out is the guns are really terrible,
Get some fire support.
and it's got no armor, but it's really good if I swap to my torpedoes here. It's really good at torpedoing people. I don't want to go this way because that Acasta is over there. That's an enemy destroyer. I don't want to tangle with a destroyer. However, these battleships over in the distance over here, like this Higua, which is a pretty good battleship, is definitely something I could go after. So if I switch to my torpedoes, when I have a ship selected like this Higua, you can see, you don't see its course, but you see, like, if you want to intercept it with a torpedo, you have to fire it in that direction. And it also lets you know that you're out of range, right? Your torpedoes won't have the range to get there before they run out of fuel and die. So I'm not going to keep going in that direction right now because I'm getting a bit too close to where some of their destroyers were last spotted behind this rock. And I don't want to get seen, so I'm kind of just going to go in a circle for a minute, let things shake out a little bit. This New Mexico is moving away from me, which makes it even harder to hit him. If that one enemy destroyer could be killed off up here, we have our... How do you pronounce that? Gepard, perhaps? He's in here in the smoke fighting the other destroyer. One of them will have laid smoke. Oh, he laid smoke, and then the destroyer's over here. Oh, and this other destroyer's just laid smoke as well. He's trying to hide. Oh, this is really tricky. I'm going to swing by this smoke. I wish smoke appeared on the minimap. It does when I open the map up, and then you can kind of highlight it and, like, let people know. I wish it just showed up on the regular map. That smoke is within range of my torpedoes, so I'm just going to fire a wide spread because I know he's in there. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll hit him. So away go my torpedoes, and they get reloaded within about 40 seconds, which is fast for a good... Oh, no, he's too close to me. I've been seen. He's zooming right towards me, and I did miss him. Right, he's probably turning to fire on me, I'm guessing. I turned on my engine boost, and I am dodging, and yeah, he's firing on me. They're all firing on me. I don't want to use my smoke. If I bring my guns back, you can kind of see better how I'm trying to dodge as I run away. I'm trying to get out of visible range without having to waste my smoke, because I'd like to use it in a real emergency and not just this. Okay, he's turning away now, but still kind of firing on me. There we go. I can't see him anymore. I think he laid more smoke. How rude. Do you hear that beeping, by the way? That beep, 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 beep. It stopped now. That was the game warning me I was about to crash into something, like this island, which I was keeping an eye on. Let me put those fires out. I was keeping an eye on the minimap. Sometimes, especially with a destroyer, when you're fighting just with torpedoes, you're not aiming guns, so it's kind of a two-dimensional map. In some ways, you could almost play the game from the minimap as a destroyer. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is an interesting match. This is going normally. We have 4 friendly battleships up here. We have, what is it? The Queen Mary, the Bayan, a New Mexico, and the Tennessee that are all able to move up here because me and this other destroyer over here are kind of screening for them. We'll be able to spot torpedoes before they reach them. We'll be able to keep that other destroyer kind of held back just by our presence. I don't really want to fight that other destroyer, but I kind of want this guy to fight him. But maybe if we could spot him, that'd be good. And our battleships appear to be pushing these other battleships back. So things are going well on this side of the map. But on the other side of the map, our team are all dead. Seems like there was only like 2 guys there. If you look at the top right-hand side of the map, you can see our aircraft carrier. He's hiding back there, but the enemy are going to get into B pretty soon. They have a battleship over there, the Dunkirk. And once that occurs, they're going to eventually see him. He is moving. Okay, our aircraft carrier is falling back in our direction, as you can see. There he is, whizzing along, trying to get behind us where he'll be safe.
This is going to be interesting.
This is not going as well for me as I'd like. They do only have that 1 destroyer still, but I don't really want to run into him. There he is. Okay. You know what? You know what? Why don't I go after... Because we already have a destroyer and several battleships over on this side of the map. Why don't I whiz over to the other side of the map and try to hit some of these other guys? Hell, this guy's got so little health I could probably kill him with my crappy guns. But yeah, this battleship over here, the Dunkirk, is kind of undefended, really. You know, it doesn't have any screening destroyers. It doesn't have other ships looking out for him. It's just him, a big, lumbering, slow battleship. He is probably slugging it out with our Tennessee. These islands are making it slightly more difficult to get close enough, but here we are. He is slowing down a bit, which isn't ideal. But let me just do a relatively wide spread, and I have to turn around. Oh, I've been spotted. God damn. Just briefly, that cruiser saw me. Huh. Huh, indeed. Alright, well, I launched those torpedoes at the Dunkirk, and I'm not sure what to do. I think I'll break off and spin around. I don't really want that cruiser to see me. Let's see if any of those torpedoes find their mark. Yes! I hit him with 1 torpedo. Honestly, that's good enough. Sometimes you fire a volley of 6 and you only hit 1, and I'm happy with that. And he is turning to... He's not really turning. Let's see if I can get a volley off here. He's speeding up. No, he's speeding up. I'm not going to be able to do anything to him there. This cruiser, once he comes out from behind there, is going to be very able to see me, so I'm moving up north a bit. Forgive me, I know you're not saying anything, but I have to remember, like, oh yeah, I should look at the other screen sometimes, because someone might be saying something. I gotta learn that lesson. Here we have a nice quiet moment where I don't need to do much. These 2 battleships are just going to go literally toe-to-toe. What I could do here, because they're very much on a corner here, it's very ballsy and very difficult, but I could actually run straight at this battleship, which honestly might get sunk before I get there. He's got very little health. And surprise him round the corner. That's one thing you can really do well in a destroyer, so I'm trying to hug the coast here and be seen as late as possible. And then if I can get close enough to get a really close-up volley off at this guy before he can do anything, that would be great. Because if he really manages to get his guns on me, and his secondary guns will start firing on me pretty rapidly. Okay, so this guy's moving away. Not ideal. He can see me, and you can see his automated secondaries have already started firing. He's taken out my engines. I need to use a quick repair because I really have to close the distance here. He's slowing down. You can see that from that, whatever that's called. He's slowing down to avoid my torpedoes, but that's why I only launched 1 volley, because I expected him to dodge, and I've got extra in reserve now. He's probably going to start... What's he doing? Turning towards me? There we go. So I definitely took a lot of damage there, but we got him. I launched that first volley of torpedoes to make him dodge them, and at that point when he was already dedicated, already locked in on his evasive maneuvers, I went and fired those final torpedoes to take him out. There we go. I make it sound impressive, but it's just fun gameplay. These torpedo planes probably want to get this Tennessee. Oh, don't sink him. Come on, come on, come on. That's really bad.
Let's hurry if we want to win.
Ooh, he's really screwed. Yeah, okay. Well, the thing is, our team, if you look at the map, have chased their team over to this side of the map, where we happen to be. And their aircraft carrier is gone, but the Segura is here. Now, if their aircraft carrier was still here, it would explain why they were desperately trying to sink us. Once their aircraft carrier is killed, if they already have planes in the air, they're still able to fly those planes. And then once those planes run out of ordnance or fuel, then they're just gone, right? So that was the last hurrah of that aircraft carrier. So now it's just this Segura, which is getting blasted by those other battleships and also bombed by our aircraft carrier. I'm not sure I'll be able to do anything at this point. He's moving away from me, which makes it a lot harder to hit with torpedoes, because he's consistently out of range. And I would have to get in visual range. I'd have to get extra close just to be able to hit with torpedoes, unless he does something like turns hard to starboard or something. If he turns what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word when something is not parallel, it's the opposite. It's at a 90-degree angle. It's God, what's that word? It's going to bother me now. If he did that, I'd be able to hit him. Oh, he's almost in range, although he is dodging. He is all over the show. My range is 7. My range was 8.1. What's going on with that? My range is 7 kilometers. Oh, he's seen me. Let's see if he's... Wait, that's really weird. My range should be 7... My range should be 8.1 kilometers. I wonder if they've done some balancing on this ship and changed it, because my torpedo range should... that's weird. It's really bizarre. It's the wrong button. My torpedo range is 7. Should be 8.1, meaning that my torpedoes can travel out to 8.1 kilometers as opposed to 7. That's weird. But then at the same time, it's telling... I don't know, man. That's bizarre. Well, there's nothing for me to do here. I captured a point because, you know, I might as well, but we're not going to win on points. We're going to sink this guy. Hey, if you want to try something out, if you put the command sounds into the chat, it will give you a list of little sound effects, because I got enthused to do this by watching another streamer called Ponder, who has little sound effects that he plays, and I really had fun engaging with him as the audience, playing little sound effects that he would listen to. This Segura has given up. My guns are probably not going to do much to him, but he's already... Oh, I was really hoping I could steal the kill at the end there. Yeah, I added some little sounds because I'm silly. Let's see. Oh, we're almost at an hour now. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at my ship here and see why the range of my torpedoes has been reduced. Like, what's all that about? Hang on a minute. Commander profile. I can't tell if it's just not loaded yet or if it's... Oh, I didn't have my preset selected for some reason. Did I somehow change that, or did the game mess with me? Commander profile. No, I want this preset. Do I have to hit save or something? Why is it doing this? I'm so confused. You can have these like preset profiles on your commanders. Do I have to press a button to make it work? Like, I'm really confused. It's got this preset selected, which has nothing turned on, but it should be this one. I've never even used the presets before. Is there a way of... Oh, here we go. Active Oh, it's the D-pad. You know what must have happened? I was probably trying to be down here looking at different ships. I must have moved up to my commander and messed with the D-pad, which is why my ship was worse than it should have been. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? Jeez, I am silly. All right, I'm going to take my ship out again. And then maybe after that, I'll go to the bathroom for a couple of minutes. But we will take this thing out with the commander properly kitted out. I'm going to have to watch that closely in the future. The whole like presets thing is a new, reasonably new feature. Used to be that you would just set your commander up with the abilities, and occasionally you might want to go in and change it, but it's a really handy feature because you can have them set up, say the commander can be set up in such a way that they are very good at helping your guns start fires on the enemy ship, right? But if you take them out, if you take that same commander out on a ship that doesn't have guns that start fires, that's not useful, but that commander might be able to do something that would be useful on this other ship. So being able to just play around with the presets is quite nice. Now we have a quiet moment as we load into the game. I'll be playing on my Kamikaze. For those who weren't here a few minutes ago, it's a very good destroyer, which is, I've got it kitted out so that it's very hard for the enemy to see. It's very fast. It reloads its torpedoes very quickly, but its guns are rubbish, and its armor is practically non-existent.
There we go. Let's take them down.
I just like to wish people good luck at the start of the game. I generally, you know what I like in this game? People don't grief you. I mean, there's no like team damage or anything. Oh, God, look at that ship. That is a sexy. I always love those stripes. So that you can't determine her course and speed. Jeez, can you imagine running into that in the ocean and then that's what sinks you? But yeah, people tend to be nice in this game. Sometimes, if someone's been particularly like cool and amazing in a match, I'll send them an actual message and I'll be like, "Wow, that was what you did there was amazing." Like sometimes they're the ones that sink me, and I'm like, "Good God, that was an impressive whatever it was." Or sometimes they're on my team. Please don't bomb me, aeroplanes. They're probably going after the battleship that's behind me. He's a juicy target, the New York. So my job here, as I see it, which a lot of people would disagree with, a lot of people would say, you're a destroyer, you hunt destroyers and capture points. Well, yeah, I do in my other destroyers, but this one I've kitted out to be all about hunting ships. It's all about being sneaky, it's all about firing torpedoes. If I go in here to capture D, for example, the enemy will know I'm here, and the enemy are about to frickin' see me as well. I've just spotted this Jaguar, so he might go into emergency mode here. He might lay smoke or something. I could fire on him, but then my position would be revealed, because right now the enemy has no clue that I even exist. And I'm kind of working my way down to this side of the map, where I am aware that there is a battleship and a cruiser, and I'm trying not to hit this island here, but keep my distance from that Jaguar so he doesn't see me. I would not suggest... Okay, the foot attacker's really going for it. We have a friendly cruiser here who is trying to close the distance on the Jaguar, but there is also an enemy battleship back there. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, especially because that Jaguar just fired a bunch of torpedoes at him. That's not going to end well for him. That was a very ballsy move. I really considered suggesting that he turn back. Okay, so this cruiser, I'm going to fire a volley, but cruisers are very good at dodging, so I don't expect to hit this guy. But I'm going to try anyway. You know, I'm going to give it a go. I might hit something. I'm really concerned for this Orion. The Orion is one of the like lower level kind of battleships. It really does punch quite hard, but I find its armor isn't great. And now that it's going to be engaged by a cruiser, a destroyer, and a battleship, I'm not certain that we've got what it takes to win here. And as you can see, that cruiser deftly avoided my torpedoes. I'm going to turn on my speed boost so I get a little more oomph here.
But not for long.
He's about to spot me if I don't turn hard away. I'm going to have to retreat out of here. This cruiser and, to a lesser extent, the destroyer are really screening for the guy behind. So I'm not going to be able to get past them without being seen. The best thing I can do is try to annoy this cruiser and make him dodge torpedoes while he's fighting my battleship. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I didn't want to say
Let me
that.
show you our target.
I try not to be pushy about telling people, like, hey, could you please shoot at this or that or whatever. But sometimes I like to just say, like, hey, this is the guy that is causing me the most problems, and I would really love it if someone could please shoot at this guy. That'd be great, thanks. Because right now I'm essentially running away from this cruiser so he doesn't see me. Although, you know what? This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. Because my guns are crap. But he has already made his bed here, and he's about to die anyway. So if I can help that along in any small way, the quicker we can kill this guy off, the better. I wonder if he'll get torpedoed or if the battleship will get him first. Oh, he actually took out the battleship. Holy crap! So I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna have to use a repair here. I'm really hoping one of these hits him. Come on. Yes.
We're sailing smooth as swimming with the fish now.
So now I'm taking a moment to actually look at the top of the UI and see that we've lost this game. I didn't realize that. It's just our aircraft carrier over there, Space Wizard 98, and this De Ruyter. Well, that's a good game.
That was impressive.
We're up against an aircraft carrier, 3 battleships, 2 destroyers, and it's just me and this aircraft carrier. So, screw it. I might as well just,
No more
I don't know, turn towards the enemy. Their bomber planes are going to want to come looking for me to bomb me, and now that they've seen me, I wonder if they'll turn my way or if they're just going to go straight for the aircraft carrier. No, they want to hit me. Alright. I'll wait for a moment, make it seem like I'm not dodging, and then I'll start dodging. Oh, and there's one of their fellas. You know what?
No,
I'm getting
engine's
bombed,
damaged.
I'm getting shot at, my engines are being taken out. Oh, this guy's in a kamikaze as well, same ship as me. Well then.
Problem solved.
This is just delaying the inevitable, but if this guy is extremely stupid, maybe he will,
Winning
maybe he'll just drive straight into the smoke and get hit by one of my torpedoes. This is a real Hail Mary here. I don't expect this to hit. Be cool if it did, though. No. But he's probably just going to come straight for me, right? I would imagine. Oh, he's fired a couple of torpedoes at the direction I was moving in. He probably thinks I'm running away. Nope. I'm going to head straight into that smoke. I'm going to meet him head on. Oh!
Sorry, no help from me. No, the engine's damaged.
Got him! My engines were destroyed there. I was trying to just
Another little
slide on into the smoke and maybe survive a little bit longer, you know? Oh. Feel sorry for this aircraft carrier. He's launched torpedo planes. Ah. That could have gone better. I think it went okay, right? I think it went all right. Got a couple of torpedo hits, did what we could. We were constantly on the back foot, constantly being pushed backwards, but we had fun, and that's the main thing in this game. And the other thing I like about this game is you don't have to get too hung up on it. Even if you get absolutely wrecked, you can just be like, well, you know, game's over. Let's go play a different game. I am going to pull out for funsies, maybe like my emerald, but I am going to nip to the loo. I'll just be a couple of minutes. So I'll just put the please stand by on, and I'll be right back. Hello! See, that wasn't even 5 minutes. What was that? That was 3 minutes! A record. Pull out my Emerald. It's a British cruiser. So it's going to be reasonably maneuverable. It has torpedoes. It has guns. It's got everything. It's got a front. It's got a back. How's it going this evening for you guys? It's 7:30 p.m. here in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is it's a mouthful, isn't it? That's like the full name of the UK. Like the USA is like the United States of America, and we have the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's been a nice day. It's not right. You know, I just built a roof, like an outdoor garden roof thing in my garden, and it took weeks of like doing it when I had some time. And I built it so that I could, be underneath and do things without getting wet in the rain. And now that I've finished building it, there's no rain forecast for weeks and weeks. I really want to check to see if there's any leaks, and I kind of just want to stand underneath it, look at the rain hitting it, and think like, yeah, screw you, God. I'm in charge. I stopped the rain. But no rain. I'm going to swing towards all these islands here instead of being out in the open too much. And that's what I'm going to do to begin with. I have a bunch of guns. The British only really have armor-piercing guns on their cruisers. They never were fans of the high-explosive stuff, so I'm all about armor penetrating. I just don't want to get spotted like that too much too soon. Who can see me? Please don't shoot me, Kaiser. Oh, the Kaiser's firing on me. That's not good. Thank God he didn't hit me too hard. I really don't want to be turning away right now, but I also really want the focus of all of the really heavy fire to be on like the battleships and not on me, because I can't take fire from like so many ships all at once. By the way, my ability to steer is currently destroyed and will be for the next 20 seconds. I could repair it, but I'm already kind of turning hard to starboard anyway, which was kind of what I wanted to do. Oh, this guy's laying smoke so that we can hide. That is fantastic, because I'm going to be able to get in that smoke. I'm going to slow down here because I don't want to turn too far to the right. And now we're really cooking with gas here. This Guisano fella is really getting pummeled by all of our guns and everyone else's guns. And now we're hidden. We're hidden in the smoke, so no one can see us, and we can fire with impunity, which is bloody brilliant. Oh, this is great. There he goes. All right. Oh yeah. Get out of the way of that. There is an enemy destroyer around this hill here, or behind, or somewhere around that direction, who is firing torpedoes at us. Can I outrun this torpedo by kicking in the accelerator? I think I did. Yes, good. Me and this destroyer here just doing our best to keep firing whilst dodging torpedoes. But yeah, I love the Emerald. Nice fast reload on the guns. Not the most powerful guns. You can see I'm not doing a lot of damage, but I am firing pretty often. And I'm going to be hidden for another 20 seconds, which is great. You know what? I should be looking at this cruiser. Alright. I'm going to start moving here, because that smoke is disappearing and I'm going to be visible. Better to not be like a target sat out in the open kind of thing. I don't much want to run away though, but I think I'm going to have to. There's just too much here. Oh, I wish I had my guns on that Minikaze. That would have been good. Wonder if any of those shots will hit him. I feel like this is me running away, because there's a battleship back there and an aircraft carrier that are not going to be protected if I come back here. Like this guy, the Orion. Maybe I could swing to the right here. It's just that there's a lot of fire coming around this corner, and it's just me and this battleship, this Orion. I just don't want all of that on me, but at the same time it's pretty crazy in this corner here. You see one of our friendly battleships doesn't have a lot of room to maneuver in, so he's being torpedoed to hell and back. Alright, let's just attempt to engage. There isn't much else we can do, really. You know, that Izuchi might be in a good spot for our destroyer to hit. This is going really badly. I don't see this ending well. Can we maybe fire some torpedoes? This Izuchi is coming round the corner pretty fast and hard. Maybe I could lay smoke for our battleship or something? I don't know. I think this guy's going to change course as soon as he gets around this corner, but oh, he's out of range. He's turned away. Oh, now it's just me.
I need help.
Alright, I'm going to lay smoke and run, because that's all I can do at this point. I definitely cannot take on 2 battleships and a cruiser, and also this guy's trying to torpedo me. I'm going to have to turn... Oh, great. Oh, no, no, he still managed to drop him. I think I might be done here if I can't avoid these torpedoes, which are now on either side of me, and also getting shot at by the Kaiser at the same time. Woo! Yeah, that was just... The side fell apart, and there was... What can you do when you're in a cruiser like that against such powerful foes? Well, I certainly wish that destroyer and aircraft carrier the best. They're not going to win. I had a great game once where everyone was dead and I was the aircraft carrier, and there was like 3 enemy battleships headed towards me. So they had to take a while to get to me across the map, and I was relatively in cover, and I was able to sink 2 of them before the last one got to me, and the last one had almost no health at all. And he just about managed to kill me before I could sink him. But I really thought I was a goner in that match. I thought, like, no, we're done for here. 3 battleships versus 1 aircraft carrier? No way. But then I managed to, like, almost pull it back, and that was pretty good. Hey, this will be fun. An Omaha. An Omaha is a fun cruiser because, if I recall correctly, its guns are just a lot of fun. There's, like, you have a lot of them. You can fire really rapidly. You can maneuver quite well. You have very little armor in an Omaha. You kind of have to remember that anything can kill you. A guy could just fire a pistol out of his car going past this ship and sink it. It's pretty naff in that regard. But, you know, on the other hand, it's quite maneuverable because it doesn't have a lot of armor. What would you rather have? I mean, this is the age-old question. Would you rather have loads of armor but be barely able to move, or no armor at all, but be able to dodge and weave and get out of the way of things? I mean, that's why we have different classes of ships, I suppose. I do wonder, though, what would the sailors prefer? Do they prefer being on a big old battleship? I don't know. But then battleships often have the protection of a fleet along with them. Unlike the HMS Prince of Wales, who was sent way out there with no air cover at all. It just seems like such a crazy choice. The HMS Prince of Wales was sunk by, I think, Japanese torpedo planes. There was another ship with them too. What was the other ship that was with them? I don't recall. They were both sunk, but of course they were, because they were out there in the middle of nowhere.
Good luck, everyone.
Such a shame. Oh yes, good luck.
Let's give them a hard time.
What am I in? Oh yeah, this thing. I have a terrible memory, by the way. I have ADHD, and so I'll pick a ship, and then on the load screen I'll be like, I don't remember what I picked. I don't know. So just now I was like, ooh, what ship am I in? Because I don't remember. I'm going to head towards C, but I want to kind of occlude myself up along this hill here so that I'm able to pop out a little bit. I do have torpedoes, but, you know, it's in a cruiser, you don't have a bajillion torpedoes like you do in a destroyer, so you have to be very careful. Plus, it takes a long time to reload them. I don't know what the reload time is on these ones, but it might be like 1.5 minutes or something. What's the battleship that's coming to help us out? The Californian. Nice, that's a good ship.
Enemy force detected.
They have 1 destroyer on their team, so I'm looking at the mini-map, and we've not seen it yet, but it's probably the ship that's in B, which means that I don't have to worry so much about torpedoes. They do have an aircraft carrier, so I kind of still have to worry about torpedoes, to be honest. If I swing out here now, they're probably going to see me, but I'm just gonna have to do it. I want to dash behind this rock over here and just get into a more central location. Plus, I'll be inside the cap, or whatever you want to call it, the capture point. It will tip off the enemy that there's someone very much here, but I don't mind at this point. Oh, that destroyer is headed our way. Look at that. He's on the edge of B there. He's going to capture B and then head to C, I suspect. Oh, I steered too far. There we go. I don't want to leave the point. Did I leave it? Oh, come on. I'm still inside it. Look at that. I'm still in there. Oh, come on. Half of my ship was still in it. Come on. I have a very small... Oh, his engine's out running. I have a very small opportunity to fire on this guy here. And so I did my bit and helped a little. Looks like the majority of their team have swung around to A on the other side of the map, which actually might mean there's very little going on here. So I will kick in the engines and just try and swing around and head towards B. Ooh, they have a Fuso. Pardon me. Ah, so relaxing.
Support the allied target.
Yeah, I'm going to swing hard around and get behind this...
Proceed to capture that area.
I've been spotted. It's probably that destroyer, which might mean he's here, but it could also mean he's over... No, he's probably not over there. He's probably right in front of me somewhere. Someone is targeting me. Maybe it's... Well, maybe the kamikaze... Maybe the destroyer is targeting me. 2 ships are targeting me now. Where are these ships?
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Oh. Oh, it's this guy.
We've been spotted.
Enemy destroyer detected.
I don't think this guy's playing the game. He's not aiming his gun. What? I wish I could have seen that from his perspective. The Fuso, a very powerful battleship, just utterly slaughtered me. Is it this guy? Yeah, there he is. He was right there. And he just broadsided me perfectly and just slaughtered me in a single volley. A single volley, and there I go down to the bottom. Wow. Well, what did I tell you about this ship? No armor. But it is a cool ship. Sometimes you can get in some really nimble engagements. I certainly would never go up against a battleship in this thing, and definitely not a Fuso, the king of battleships. Well, I was the first kill in that game. Let's move on to another one. I'm probably going to stream for another half an hour or something. Play a few more games. What might be fun? Should we take out a battleship of our own? Which battleship should we take out? You know, why don't we take out the Fuso? Seeing as the Fuso just sunk us, why don't we take the Fuso out? So the Fuso is a Japanese battleship that has 6 main turrets. There are several guns on each turret. So it just has a ridiculous number of guns. Ridiculous number of big main guns. And they're very powerful guns. The downside is that it's kind of scattershot. The aim isn't that great. It's a bit like firing a giant battleship-sized shotgun at the enemy. But, you know, powerful if you can land a hit. I'm going to have a drink. I hope you don't hear it too much. Oh, that's good. Remember to stay hydrated. I need to get one of those bots that reminds people to stay hydrated. That'd be handy. I know I'm new to Twitch and I don't have a lot of stuff yet, but if I send this out into chat, I do have some sound commands which will play little sound clips that we can all hear. Just because I was watching a friend of mine, Ponder. I think his name on Twitch might be Ponder RPG. I should go and check what it actually is. And he has the sound effects, and I thought, like, wow, that's really cool, and it's so much fun for engagement. I want to do that too. So I grabbed a couple. They're all references to things that most people won't get, I suppose, but I will. Still, it could be fun explaining them. I don't know. Right, I'm going to head towards the middle here, just for the moment, and see what happens. I'm just going to see where the battle takes me. But if you see at the bottom in the middle, I have these 6 main gun turrets here. I've been spotted because I'm a giant battleship. Just look at the turret. The tower, sorry. Look at the tower on my battleship. It's insane.
Don't panic! Don't panic! Don't panic!
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. I have no idea. Oh, See, look at that. I just took like half that guy's health off with a volley. If you can hit with this ship, it is a beast.
Enemy cruiser in sight.
No, although I was thinking of getting some Hitchhiker stuff in there. It's actually a Dad's Army reference. If you're not familiar with Dad's Army, it was a TV show about the British Home Guard. So during World War II, most of the like fighting men were sent off to, you know, fight the war abroad, but we were always worried about I'm gonna come about here, I think. We were always worried about invasion, you know, or submarines showing up and being naughty. So a lot of the old retired military men were not, I think it was what's the word, not drafted in, but it was optional, right? They volunteered to join what they called the Home Guard. So it was a lot of retired men from the First World War and other wars and so on, who joined this thing and helped, you know, just take care of the homeland. And Dad's Army was the name of a comedy here about one such home guard. So it was a bunch of old men playing war, basically. This Celebes is just sitting here. He's just gonna, as soon as he sees I'm gonna fire on him, he's gonna run and hide because I can smash him. I'm not sure if this is a great idea what I'm doing here. I'm coming out into the open where a lot of people can shoot me. It wasn't dark, actually. It was kept quite light. Oh, I'm getting messed up. You know what? I might just swing around here a bit. It was kept quite light as the comedies of that time period kind of were. I say that time period. It was made in the, I don't know, 80s, maybe? It wasn't the 80s, 90s, I guess, was Dad's Army. And obviously, like, the enemy didn't even show up, really. Because, of course, they never really did. There was one special episode where, like, a German U-boat got extremely lost and ended up crashing into the coast, and they took them hostage in the local town centre. But it was all very light humour, good stuff for the most part. And yes, there was this character in it who was a bit senile, and he would often, his little catchphrase was "Don't panic," and of course he would shout it whilst he was himself panicking, which was the gag. Yeah. There you go. A lot of the stuff I've got in here is old. Just looking through the list. Yeah, it was very, very much that era and very much that flavour of comedy. In fact, I am getting slaughtered here by this Piotr. I didn't want to fight you, bro. I wanted to talk about sound effects, but you're making me play the game, bro. Alright, I can't see him anymore, but he's probably there. I'll put a volley into him. Yes, that was Keeping Up Appearances. Mrs. Bouquet. Oh, I missed him. She just passed away a few days ago, by the way. The lady that played Mrs. Buckets just died at the age of, I think, 91. She lived a very good long life. And of course, while she is famous for that show, she was quite a great comedy actress and also did a lot of theatre and stuff like that. She was a very cool lady. And I was thinking of adding a couple of those, like, "Are you being served?" The sound effect I thought about putting in was like, "Are you free, Mr. Humphreys?" "I'm free." But I thought, no one's going to get that reference, and I'm not really sure how it would apply on Twitch. Like, how could I use, how would my viewers use the sound effect of a guy saying, "Are you free?" So I just didn't put it in. No, maybe I will. I do have some in here. I've got Gid Moaning is from A Lower Low, another of those BBC wartime shows. That one was set in Nazi-occupied France, in a little town with a cafe. And you've got, what else have you got? Cunning Plan, that's from Blackadder, which you may be familiar with. And then the rest of them are just silly things from stuff. As days go by, yeah, that the name sounds familiar. It had Dame Judi Dench and the other guy. Weirdly enough, I forget the other fella's name. They're both quite famous actors. But both of those characters like played important people in James Bond films. I think Dame Judi Dench, she played M. I might kill this cruiser if I can hit him. Or someone else is going to kill him first. I got a little hit in. I helped. There we go. By the way, in this match, the enemy are just running away. We're all going in a big circle. We've swung down on the right-hand side of the map, and they've swung up on the other side. So I'm going to take this quiet moment to do a repair and just try and cut them off. I'm going to head straight up this way and try and cut them. Yes. Waha, yes. That does sound like the kind of story Baldric was right, given that he doesn't have many brain cells and isn't exactly creative. I'm also going to bring my guns around to the port side because we're going to be fighting on the left-hand side here pretty soon. But the enemy are currently way out of my range. I should have cut north a bit sooner, but I was having so much fun talking to you. Screw the game. Yeah, there's so many of those great shows, fun shows. I loved a lot of that stuff because when I was young, we didn't have, like in America, I guess you have cable TV that gets you all like 100 different channels and all that stuff, right? And over here, we didn't have cable so much as we had Sky. It was satellite TV. Same thing, just satellite stuff. I'm going to read this. If it's still at the shop when I get back, I'm going to get the Worcester and G's with Hugh and Stephen Fry. Yes, yes. That was a good show. Yeah. That's another one that I've not seen as much of, but I have seen a bit of it, and it is very funny. It is very good. And now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, the TV stuff. So when I was growing up, the point is, if you had a bit of money, you could get Sky TV, and it was like cable TV in America, right? You got all these different channels, but it cost a bit extra. And regular terrestrial TV, as we called it, over a TV aerial, just a regular aerial, was free. I mean, there is a TV license, but it's essentially free. And so that's what we had, because we were quite a poor household. And you only got 4 television channels. That was it. You got BBC One and BBC Two. This Mackinson has just barely come into range of my forward guns. So you had BBC One and BBC Two. And you also had ITV, or Channel 3. And then you had Channel 4. And then eventually in the early 2000s, they introduced a 5th channel, Channel 5. But that was it. And the point is, there wasn't a lot of fancy programming on those channels. It was mostly reruns of old stuff, which is why, even though I'm not all that old or anything, I'm only like middle-aged, a lot of the stuff I grew up on was the same stuff that like my mother's generation practically grew up on. Like a lot of the children's TV stuff I saw was like Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet and a lot of this really old stuff from the 70s. Just because all of the good modern stuff, like, I don't know, like Transformers and all of that stuff, was all on the, like, fancy paid-for channels that we didn't get. So that's kind of why I have a lot of love for this freaking...
Oh, look! Fire!
This Mackinson wants to hurt me. Actually, hang on, yeah, that is the Mackinson setting me on fire. I'm going to focus on this Queen Elizabeth, though, because I might be able to blast her out of the sea right now. If I can hit her... Come on, that's a good shot. There we go. Yeah, we've won this game easily. So yeah, that's why I have a lot of love for these older shows that are from before my time, you know. Oh, we've won on points. We didn't even kill the last 2 ships there, but we gathered enough points from controlling the different cap points and stuff that we just won. Blackadder was so good, so funny. And all of those shows were so family friendly that my parents were perfectly happy playing them, you know. Yeah, it's the same thing, public broadcast. I think, why did we call it terrestrial TV? I think because it was being transmitted from the ground instead of from space. That was our 2 options. It came from a satellite, or it came from, you know, terra firma. Okay, so I've progressed the Fuso a little bit here. I can unlock a little upgrade. Let's get past all this rubbish and just see what the upgrade is. I can improve the range of my guns very slightly. Oh, okay, I don't really have a choice here. I've already upgraded the other 2, so I'm just going to slightly improve the range of my guns. Great. Yes. You should play the level up sound. There is a level up sound effect. And you win an imaginary cookie if you know what it's from. I'll let you put the command in yourself. What am I going to bring out? Should I bring out the Queen Elizabeth, maybe? I don't know. Well, I'll bring out the Warspite, which is an incredibly famous battleship. And basically just an upgraded Queen Elizabeth. There you go. You recognise that? That's from a British video game as well. A rather old one. It's from RuneScape, and it's the basic level up sound in RuneScape. RuneScape is a sort of a browser-based isometric MMORPG that came out in the early 2000s. Well, like, it was RuneScape 2 was technically the one I played, and that's the one that, like, everyone calls it old school RuneScape these days, but that was basically RuneScape 2, because I think there was a first RuneScape. But for me, that was a very formative game. That was my first proper online multiplayer game shortly after I got proper internet. And I got my first bank account so that I could pay the monthly fee for RuneScape. I persuaded my parents that I really needed a bank account so I could pay the, like, $4 a month it would have worked out as. Yeah, well, I tried to get back into it in recent years because, of course, you know, the whole old school RuneScape thing gained big traction and people got way into it. I'm going to swing hard right here and try and meet up with some of my allies, by the way. I'm going to swing way down there. I don't want to leave the Andrea Doria behind. You know what? I won't swing too hard right. I'll just come behind this island. I don't want to just abandon these guys on this side of the map, but I don't just want to charge straight at the enemy. So yes, RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. I tried it. I couldn't really get into it again because when I was younger, playing a really grindy MMO, which is kind of what that game is, was fine, right? Like, you had time. You had all the time in the world. You were a child. And children, besides having a lot of free time, are just more able to sit there and do a thing for a really long period of time without stopping. But nowadays, I just don't have the time, and I just don't want to sit there for a long time doing the same thing over and over again. Like, when I actually originally played RuneScape, the vast majority of what I did was mining and smithing. I spent most of my time mining coal and various metals, and I would have dreams. And I remember to this day, like, the text in the game, because whenever you join the game, the text chat thing would say, welcome to RuneScape, you know, and it would give you little written things about whatever you're doing. So if you're mining, it would say, you swing your pick at the rock. And I would just have, like, burned into my brain would be, welcome to RuneScape, you swing your pick at the rock, because I would just log into RuneScape, and that is all I would do. I would like to be on the other side of this rock, but I guess that's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to swing around it in time. But I've got a lot of guys on me here. I kind of didn't want this to happen, but here we are. You know what? I'm going to try and swing behind this rock instead. Getting closer to the enemy, but also less likely to be hit. Anyway, yes, let me read what you said. I'm trying to pay attention, honest. Let me see. Oh, I hit someone's citadel. That's going to hurt them. I don't want to put the fires out just yet, because they can keep firing on me for a minute. Okay, I'm going to put the fires out. So, you said there's an active community. I wouldn't be surprised if you've heard of them on YouTube. No, I haven't, actually. No. I do watch a fair amount of YouTube, but I've never watched any YouTube RuneScape content. I'm not sure why, really. I don't know. Oh, this is not ideal. I'm not happy about that destroyer being off to my right there. I'm really concerned that he may have launched a volley of torpedoes in my direction. Because that's what... Oh, there it is. Oh, how much is this going to hurt? 1, 2, 3... 3 torpedoes. And because I used that repair a minute ago, I'm currently flooding. This isn't going well for me. No, but that game was great fun. I remember just thinking about how crazy big it was. Like, traveling from one side of that world to the other was an adventure. I remember just going from one side of the world to the other to buy some, like, gnome cocktail drinks and just keep them in my inventory. To this day, if in my, like, game inventory in the bank, I have, oh, this Omaha, what's his play here? Can you imagine, for the past 20 years, I've had a raw chicken and a cat in my RuneScape bank. And I'm really... Sometimes I think about that cat. and that chicken. What's this guy doing? He's probably torpedoing me. I need to turn hard to port here. Yeah, just a raw chicken. You know, I'd like to deposit this raw chicken and this live cat to store in my bank account, please. This is why I was turning. Thank God his aim wasn't so good. All right, let's avoid this one torpedo, and then we really need to engage these guys. This Nuremberg is going to want to run because he knows I can blast him out of the water. Holy crap, he also fired a bunch of torpedoes at me. Let's avoid those. Oh, why didn't he run like he should have done? Let's wait till he turns left, and then let's just blast him. That was a poor choice. Oh, I didn't kill him though. But my secondaries are doing some damage. Let's boost my secondary guns so that they hurt him a little bit more. As long as he's within about 5 kilometers, that'll work quite nicely for me. We're winning. We've not lost a single teammate. I don't think I've ever played a game in this game, like a match where no one on my team has died. Like a full team wipe on their side. I've always wanted to... Oh, he's dead. I've always wanted to do that, but always, you know, someone always inevitably dies and ruins it. I guess I'll swing left. We're at a point now where I'm in a battleship, so there's not a lot I can do. Their team, what's left of it, is on the other side of the map. I can see gunfire whizzing around. I can actually fire on this Omaha, but that might be the last useful thing I do in this match. It's going to be hard to hit him from this distance. I can't be entirely sure what speed he's going at, but that's a little bit of a spread. Does any of that hit? Yeah, I hit him. I helped a little bit.
Behold our splendid success.
Oh, you know something I didn't explain? So when you get some of the special commanders, like I've got frickin' what's his name? The king of the gods, the Greek fella. Yes, the Omaha, great ship, but quite paper thin. I might kill it here if I hit him. Ooh, I just missed. Yes, you get that a lot with a lot of things, right? I'll tell you something interesting. Yes, Zeus. There you go. I was going to say that some of the special custom commanders, they have all these special like voices. I have Zeus on this one, which is why he says silly stuff like all this crap. On American battleships, I don't know what it's called on British battleships, but on American battleships, you have a big long corridor that runs down much of the length of the ship for people to get around and stuff, and they call that Broadway because it's this big long corridor. And there's a small fact I know. If you like battleships at all, there's a wonderful museum YouTube channel called Battleship New Jersey, which unsurprisingly is all about the Iowa class New Jersey, which is a museum ship in America, and the people that run it do these wonderful videos, little 5-10 minute videos where they'll go into a particular like section of the ship and talk about a particular thing. Sometimes it might be something like a gun, but it might often be like, here's an interesting cupboard we found, and look at all these little things that we found in the cupboard, and here's what we think they were used for and why it was placed here and stuff. Look at this guy's ship over here. Rasputin. This guy's got a premium ship. Let's shoot at it. So yeah, that's a really cool YouTube channel. I like that. Alas, the last time I was in the USA, I hit him, was in 2020. And if you remember 2020, a lot of things were closed at the time. And so I basically couldn't go anywhere or do anything. I actually arrived in America in February, just at the end of February, just before they started closing everything down. I'm not going to hit that guy again. He's hiding now. Yeah, so like I arrived then and I was supposed to stay for like 2.5 months, and I was there until almost the end of the year because of course all the flights were stopped, and then trying to get a flight once they kind of started up again was difficult. But it was great in a way. It's hard to say that, of course, because, you know, COVID was an awful thing. But in a vacuum, my trip, it was kind of cool because instead of having this very short trip that was only 2.5 months, I was able to stay for a lot longer and just really, how to say, I was able to relax a little bit Because usually when you go on a trip or something, you're constantly in the back of your mind thinking about when you're going to be going back and planning for it, and everything is like, oh, I'm enjoying myself now, but I'll be back home in 2 weeks or something. But with this trip, I was kind of stuck, and I didn't know when I'd be going back, so I just kind of got used to life living there for a little while, which was interesting. Yes, I'd love to go back to America. My life dream, I wonder if I'm going to be able to shoot this Rasputin. He's the only guy left, and now that he's coming out from behind this wall, yeah, there you go, everyone's slaughtered him. I want to do the Appalachian Trail, which is a big hike up the Appalachian Mountains, unsurprisingly. There's Zeus in his bathrobe. The Appalachian Trail is a massively long hike, which if you do the whole thing will take you about 5 months of daily hiking along this trail. So it really is kind of a life dream sort of thing where you have to save a bunch of money and plan it all out and be in reasonably good fitness. Because I like to hike around England, but, you know, it's not that big. And the problem with England is while we have a lot of countryside, we're quite small and there's lots of villages and towns and things. And so if you want to say, I want to go on a 2-day hike where I don't see a single sign of civilization, that's just not going to happen in this country. Not unless maybe you go up into the Scottish Highlands that are very sparse. But down here in England, that's not going to happen. You're going to run into a town or a road or something. Whereas America is just massive, you know. If you hear your name called from the woods, no, you didn't, and you didn't hear a woman scream. You know what? So when I was in America, I went up to the mountains in Ojai because I was over in California. And, oh, are you? So you're on the opposite side of the country from where I was. I was over in SoCal, kind of to the west of LA. I was like Ventura and Camarillo area and stuff, and Santa Monica and so on. But one night I wanted to take some. Let me pick a ship here while I'm telling a story. I wanted to take some like long exposures of the stars because it's very rare that I get a chance to. I live in Manchester, so it's, you know, there's a lot of light pollution, and out there you can really see the stars really nicely. Oh, what ship should I pick? I really like the Leander. Let's pull that out. And so we went out there and it was dark, and we didn't have a lot of lights. We had enough to see what we were doing, but it was dark, right? And we kept hearing these weird noises and stuff, which we later found out were mountain lions. But it was weird because it was so dark, and I was like, this thing could just be in the bush next to us, and we'd never know because it's pitch black out here, you know? We had all our lights off so I could take all these long exposures of space, which looked really cool, by the way. But at the time, I wasn't aware. So that was interesting. We were out there, and I was like, what is that? What is making that noise? You know what else? You know coyotes? We don't have those here. And you know how they kind of look like dogs, right? So I used to, at night where we were staying, I would see this pack of like what I thought were just like wild dogs roaming the streets. And I thought, it's kind of cool, like, you know, local dogs. You know, maybe they don't have owners or whatever, and they're running around. And I was going over to them, trying to get them to come over and say hello. I didn't get too close to them, but I was like, oh, you know, I'll get a little bit closer and stuff. And then I was later told, like, yeah, those are coyotes. You shouldn't approach those. There you go. They don't like people. Yeah. Well, thankfully we're alive. Yeah. Johnny Cash's house is up there in Ojai, by the way. We saw that on the way in, on the drive through. I like Johnny Cash's music. He's the original Man in Black. All right, what the hell am I doing? Because I'm paying so much attention to the chat and my brain. I'm not good at doing two things at once. Okay, their team have a Kamikaze and a Mutsuki, two very good destroyers, so I'm worried about that. They have a bunch of Pensacola's, which are pretty good cruisers. They're just annoying. They're very maneuverable. I'm going to try and get behind this rock up here. Somewhat. Oh, but I'm about to get spotted by this emerald. Remember, we were in an emerald earlier. We might just have to go for it. These other two cruisers are a bit too far back. I don't know, man. They're about to lay into me really hard, I can tell. Oh, there's New Mexico over here. The Americans are here. They're coming for me. God damn. But yeah, I'm a little bummed out. Oh, and also there's a destroyer in A. It's contested, which means we can't see him, but he's definitely in there. Oh, here comes the fire. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed because I was in a great position to visit LA and San Francisco, and I wanted to do a bunch of stuff. I wanted to go see national parks and things, but obviously everything was closed. You couldn't go to national parks. It would be a very stupid idea to go to a major city during COVID. So we just kind of stayed where we were. Kind of stayed away from people and tried to... Okay, this guy's laid smoke, which is actually great. Actually, maybe I'll keep the engine going here and spin around a little bit. I don't want to get hit by all these torpedoes either. Let's see if I can get my guns swung around. This Pensacola wants to fight. He can currently see me, and he's spotting for the rest of his team, but once I get into this smoke, I should be okay. Yep, there we go. Oh, no, he can still see me. Plus, there is an enemy ship in A, which is not ideal. Maybe this was a bad move. Sure, no one can see me right now, but there is an enemy destroyer very close by.
I need support.
I am stopping them from capturing the area, but this is a really bad idea. Oh, no. Oh, no. I knew it was a bad idea. I'm done for.
Problem solved, sir.
You know what? Screw this. I've got no health. Let me turn on my sonar. I might spot the guy. Nope. I'm pretty much done here. If they get a good volley into me, I'm dead.
Good show.
There are so many torpedoes. Jeez. Johnny Cash. Man in Black. Chicken in Black, yeah.
Smoke screen set.
I love Johnny. Did you ever listen to Johnny Cash's like final couple of albums? What was it? Something Solitary something? Whatever it was called. It was he did a bunch of covers of heavy metal songs and stuff you wouldn't expect him to do, and a lot of that stuff was just fantastic. Hurt was the one that got very popular on the radio. There's a lot of gunfire coming in that I'm just trying to dodge because I have no health. Yeah, I don't even listen to it anymore for that reason, because it's just so depressing, and you can tell that he knew he was, near the end of his life. Although that's not always a depressing thing. Oh, great. I can't steer anymore and I'm on fire. Okay, let's fix that. I'm done for. I'm just going to tell people that I'm retreating. I'm running the hell away.
Problem solved, sir.
They have ruined our line here. We're all just all over the show. Once any of these guys get one solid hit on me... Okay, they can't see me anymore. Good. Once they get a solid hit on me, I'm dead. Yeah, God, I can't remember. There's I See a Darkness. There was that one. I think that one was about a guy who was going to the electric chair, maybe. It's just a lot of very depressing songs. There are some uplifting ones in there, though. There are some nice ones. I can't fire on anyone right now, and it would be a bad idea to do so because they would just slaughter me. Let me use a little heal to get a little bit of health back, but we've lost this game. You can kind of tell at this point that we've lost. We may only have lost one more player than their team, but they are really pushing us back on this side of the map. We are just in complete disarray, and they are already heavily controlling the other section of the map that I'm headed towards. So there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to run, and you can just tell that we're done. You can just tell. Sadly, best thing I can do is, I don't know, just try and get a few shots off at someone that isn't as hard to slaughter as those guys were. But yes, Johnny Cash, his home in California was down in Ojai, and I could tell, I didn't get super close, but you could tell because he has a really distinctive row of like evergreen trees which aren't native to the area, and I could see them from half a mountain away. That was kind of cool. Okay, who do I want to fire at here? Probably this Pensacola, because screw you guys! I know you're going to kill me, but screw you guys! Oh, wait till they start firing on me, then I'm really in trouble. I hit him a bit. Let me just swing to the right so that if someone gets a volley off on me, they hopefully miss. And honestly... Well, do I want to get closer or further away? Ooh, what's this destroyer doing? Ah, can't quite see him. He is pulling out, though. Just firing wildly at where he might be. Ah, he must have stopped. He's firing on me. Oh, screw this. I'm going to drive straight at them. Now that he's laid some smoke. Good luck to this Mutsu. Good battleship, by the way. They know how to build them. Yeah, good luck to them. You know what? I never use this, like, first-person view. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now that they can see me, I'm screwed.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Am I going to avoid any of these torpedoes?
Torpedoes, direct front.
Can I just get in between them? Oh no, one of them just got me on the side. You know, you think about it, that torpedo shouldn't have hit me or should have just bounced off. Torpedoes don't like hitting at oblique angles. They like hitting like, 90 degrees ideally, because they have like a detonator that needs to get set off with a good thunk to the nose. Good luck to you lads. Good luck. I'm going to pull something else out. I'm going to play one more match and then I'll have been streaming for about 2 hours, and it's almost 8:30 in the evening here. And after this I'm going to have some dinner. Do you have, look at this, interacting with the audience. What would you like me to take out? A battleship, a cruiser, or a destroyer? What kind of ship? Or an aircraft carrier, because you've not seen me take out an aircraft carrier today. Yeah, I know, you almost forgot to hit like. I don't like forcing people. Let me get my words in order in my brain. Up to you. For the sake of showing off what an aircraft carrier is like, let me take out an aircraft carrier. And I quite like my host show. It's a good one. So you know how people on YouTube, they always say, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell, And on the one hand, you kind of have to, right? They've figured out that is a thing that reminds people. And it works, because sometimes I'm watching a video and they'll say, hey, don't forget to like the video. And then I'll be like, oh yes, I did forget. Thanks for reminding me. But when you're on the flip side of it and you're the person asking, it feels a little bit like begging. And I feel bad doing it, I'd make a terrible salesperson, because I would never, I wouldn't want to force someone into buying something that I didn't think they needed. I used to work in a telesales company, well, a company that sold everything via telesales. And listening to the way the salespeople talked on the phone, I was like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't trick people into buying a service that they don't need. But yes, it would be super awesome if you did follow. I was going to say subscribe, but that's a different thing on Twitch. It would be dope. I currently have 3 followers. That's right, a whole 3, which means that if we were all in a car, there'd be room to put the shopping in the middle. But yeah, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Did it pop up a little? I know I've got my chat thing working, but did it pop up like a follow, like an animation thing? Because that's not happened to me yet, and so I've not had a chance to test it. I think I can there's a button I can press somewhere to make it do it again. If I hit replay, I have to refresh the page. No, it doesn't even show it. Great. Okay. You didn't see it. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that. All right, so I'm in an aircraft carrier, so I need to hide. And so what I'm initially going to do is a 3-point turn and get behind this island a little bit. Right? I have so many screens here. I'm trying to look at all of them. And my boom mic is in front of the screen that has all of the, OBS stuff on it. So I'm initially just going to get onto a nice course so I can get behind this island. The way aircraft carriers work in this game is you do have direct control of your ship, and it doesn't have any guns, as you can see. But if I aim in a direction I want to go, about there, now I can choose torpedo bombers or regular bomb bombers, and I can launch them, and now I'm flying my planes, and I don't have control of my ship anymore. The game will let me know if I'm being shot at or if I'm seen, but I'm very much flying these planes now. In the bottom middle, you can see a bar going down. That's my fuel. So I have a limited range I can fly. And you can also see an arc with about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments. That's how many planes I have left in this little armada here. I'm going to head down and dive. And the earlier you dive, the earlier you can dive, the more your guys kind of get their aim in. And I'm not entirely sure. There we go. Let's try that. Will I hit him? No. I must have missed. Oh my god, their aircraft carriers moved in. Oh, this is perfect. Hello there. This is exactly who I would like to hit. He is going around the corner here, which makes aiming very difficult. I might hit him with one of those torpedoes. I don't think I have enough Yes. No. Oh, that missed him. Holy crap. Okay. Oh no. Oh, they've got a cruiser that's about to spot me. Oh crap. Okay, I have to kick in the engines and hide. Uh-oh. While I'm at it, screw it. Let's launch these bombers and try and hit this cruiser. That was not ideal. I did not expect their guys to just send the guy straight down the middle, straight at me, and because it would be suicide, and he is getting the crap kicked out of him, to be fair. But I do not like that I am visible. No, thank you. So here's how the bombers work. You kind of get a bullseye, and you only get a few seconds to line it up. And well, okay, he's dead. But that's how I would have launched my bombs. I still have plenty of range, and I know where their aircraft carrier is currently, so let's just go bomb his deck. You can also hear an alarm going off, a beep beep. Listen. That's telling me that my ship's about to hit something, terrain, because I am pointing at the island. Aircraft carriers, as you might imagine, have a very impressive amount of anti-aircraft defense, so I barely got many bombs off on that, and I missed. Great. But yeah, because I was aiming full speed at this island. But now I'm hidden. Now I'm nicely hidden. And if I can get a bit closer to the enemy, it shortens the amount of time it takes for my planes to get there, and it allows them to have more fuel so they can loiter for a bit longer, and I might be able to come round for a second pass and that kind of thing. I kinda... Oh, this cruiser's very much on his own. It's hard to torpedo these guys. Let me just tell our team that they should really try to assist that guy. Let's see if I can... This is a great, like, coming at this guy at 90 degrees, and he's not moving! He's not moving! Well, that's just perfect. I mean, if he just wants me to hit him, great. I have to assume... yeah, at least one of them are going to hit him. It's difficult to say what I can do here with my planes getting shot down. Let's just bring them back and launch some more. You do eventually run out of planes, and they get rebuilt, or like, I guess they're repaired, quote unquote. So you can't just keep launching wave after wave. Because if you look in the bottom right, I have 2 torpedo planes left and 4 bombers. Not including the ones I'm currently flying. It's been nice to have you here, by the way, Sassy. It's been lovely to have someone to talk to. I would be talking anyway, because I've heard that's very good practice. This is a great lineup here, if I can just... There we go. That's going to hit him. Oh, beautiful. Set him on fire. Very nice. All of my team on my side of the map are dead. So I'm just going to... I might have to just hit reverse on my actual ship here, because these cruisers... If it weren't for the fact that I was behind an island, they would be able to see me by now. All this anti-air. I don't even know if I'm going to reach this guy to do a second run. Let's try. Let's dive on down. He's trying to dodge to the left. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Drop some bombs. I hit him again. Oh, that was a really good hit too. Yeah, you see... Oh, he's going to see me soon. The guy on the right can't see me. Oh, we're pretty much done for anyway. You know what? I'm just gonna stay exactly where I am, because at least the battleship over to my right can't hit me. The cruisers are gonna shoot me, but I don't want to get hit by this Orion. Am I? Great. Apparently I'm easy to chat with. All you have to do is not talk to anyone all day, and then you become desperate to talk to people. You know how sometimes you meet like old people in the shops, and as soon as they start talking to you, all they want to do is keep you there and have a lovely conversation? That's me, except I'm not ancient. It's just I don't get to chat to people much, and so when I get the opportunity, that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to start streaming, because I was like, I don't get to talk to people enough. Human beings. If I start streaming, people will just show up and they'll have to talk to me, right? So yeah, especially if you work from home, you know, and you don't do a lot of, it's all instant messaging and things. And then if you, like me, kind of have social anxiety and stuff, and you don't get out enough, you end up spending a lot of time not talking to human beings. I keep bombing this guy, but my bombers aren't really able to do a lot of damage. I am screwed, by the way. These guys are literally firing on my ship at this point. You can see my actual aircraft carrier's health in the bottom left. Yeah, so I thought, I play this game, for an hour or two a couple of times a week anyway. It's easy to just fire up a stream and have fun. I'm getting some really good hits. I'm not doing a lot of damage. You know what? I only have 2 torpedo bombers. You've been very easy to chat with as well. Thank you. You've been very engaging. Do you think I can kill this Koenig? I'm down to 2 planes here. I didn't really want to launch my torpedo bombers. But this Koenig has no health. Alright, 1 plane left. Is he going to get shot down? I launched my torpedo. It's a bad shot. That's not going to hit anything.
Good game, everyone.
I did give it a shot. I sometimes wonder about some of these planes, like if you're in like a German Stuka or something, and you have like 1 250-kilogram bomb strapped to the bottom of your plane, and you're flying out, over open water, in order to drop this bomb on, whatever it is you're dropping it on. I did hit him. I set him on fire. He has so little health. He might die, unless he can put the. Okay, so my ship's been destroyed, but I still have 1 plane left, and now I don't. I sometimes wonder because, like, you can fly your Stuka out there. You're out over the ocean. You're being shot at by anti-aircraft fire, and let's say you manage to avoid it. You manage to avoid everything. You go into your dive or your level bombing or whatever, and you drop your bomb. And it misses, which was a very common thing because you're eyeballing it, and as much as you're trying, there's no computers and stuff and aiming back then. I'm watching this other guy. This isn't me. This is Mario, 1980. How depressing must that be to have your bomb miss? And then maybe you get shot down afterwards on the way back. So that's your life just thrown away for a bomb that didn't even hit. I sometimes wonder about that. I sometimes just think about that. I don't know why. This is my last game of the day, which is why I'm watching our very last battleship here get torn up. It's the Iron Duke, which is a good ship. A bit of an older ship. He has a chance to kill this Orion here if he can get 1 volley off, if his guns can get reloaded. Oh, he got him with his secondaries, I think. You know what? If this guy had more health, then I would say he could potentially win, because he could absolutely take out the Koenig in 1 volley. And then it would just be him versus this cruiser. But he doesn't look like he has any repairs. He's on fire. He's got 1,000 health left. I think his health pool is what's going to cause him to lose here. But he could absolutely... If he had more health, he could have won this. But look at that. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Alright, within the next week... Within the next couple of days, I'm going to be setting up a schedule. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to post it on the channel and stuff. I'm going to figure all that stuff out. I didn't mention it at all, but I was actually streaming to YouTube as well this whole time, following all of the rules about, multi-streaming and stuff. And actually, I never once looked at the YouTube live chat. No one viewed it anyway. Makes sense. But yes, I also have a YouTube channel where I will post the high quality version of these videos, because it doesn't look very good on Twitch, does it? You have to bring the quality down quite a lot to stream to Twitch. And so the live stream to YouTube is the same quality, but the VODs are quite good. Thanks for coming. I don't know how to play us out. What are the sound commands? Let's play one. Let's do one of those. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? I have a mod on my Discord client that changes the sound from the Discord sound to the MSN sound, because it just takes me right back. It's just a shot of dopamine every time I get a message. It's the best. You know what? I do have a shutdown sound I can play. So thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I will be streaming again next week. Probably in the morning or something. Oh yeah, I got that too. Hang on. I did a dial-up thing. It's funny how you can... Isn't it funny? Did you ever have dial-up when you were younger? Isn't it funny how you can tell from listening to it whether it's going to connect or not? So when you were trying to dial in, you would hear it get to a point, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's going to fail. That's not working. And it's funny how it's always the same sound effects. Like I searched around to find the correct one. Like that's the one I always heard, and I can just play it back in my head whenever I want. It's great. But yes, thanks for coming. I will post a thing, a schedule at some point. Oh, that sucks. Yes, yes. My parents would always want to get calls from Ireland, from the family over there, and they'd have to schedule it with me because the internet would always be on. Do you do any streaming yourself, by the way? Because I'd, you know, if you do, I would go and I would follow you and things. Look at me networking. I'm networking here, which as someone with social anxiety, doing in person is awful. Just like go into a room with some bad food and talk to strangers. Tell them how great you and your business are. That sounds like hell to me. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. You never know. You never know. You might get back into it now that you're watching. Oh my God! I've just noticed what the commander on the screen looks like. He doesn't have a neck. Yeah, that's something. All right. That's Yamaguchi for you. All right. Okay. Good night. Thank you all.